In the future, Japan was plagued by monstrous creatures known as parasites. They parasitized human bodies, devouring the host's brain to gain complete control over the body. Shinichi, a high school boy, was also parasitized, but unlike others, he didn't die. Instead, he merged with the parasite and became a formidable force destined to save the world. Unfortunately, the government was unaware of Shinichi's abilities. In their quest to eradicate parasites, they captured a mentally unstable homeless man who was exceptionally dangerous, prone to random killings for his own amusement. The homeless man believed he had an ability to distinguish between humans and parasites. When he saw Shinichi, he sensed something strange. Though it wasn't clear, Shinichi narrowly escaped. In the previous installment, Shinichi's mother succumbed to a parasite, plunging him into endless agony. To seek redemption, Shinichi began a relentless slaughter of parasites. He quickly became the target of reporters, who captured evidence of his actions. Before the reporters could reveal the truth, Liangzi, another parasite, discovered Shinichi's deeds. While other parasites planned to kill Shinichi, she vehemently opposed, advocating for them to leave Shinichi and Coexist to facilitate a coexistence experiment. Liangzi then found the reporter, having pretended to be in a romantic relationship with him to monitor Shinichi. During their meeting, Liangzi warned the reporter not to publish the photos. The reporter obediently complied. Upon returning home, the reporter, elated about his good fortune, announced to his daughter that he was entering a second spring. However, his daughter was repulsed and swiftly left. The reporter's pitiful state laid the groundwork for his later descent into darkness, the details of which we'll discuss later. Moving on to Komai, she survived thanks to Shinichi's intervention. However, being sensitive, she couldn't pretend that nothing had happened. Komai confronted Shinichi, questioning whether he knew something before the disaster. Faced with his lover's interrogation, Shinichi remained tight-lipped. After parting ways with Komai, Shinichi discovered that the reporter was still tailing him. Surprisingly, rather than harm the reporter, Shinichi went to the reporter's house and deleted the photos. Before leaving, Shinichi told the reporter that Liangzi was the biggest parasite, warning him not to be deceived by her. However, the reporter remained skeptical. To prove the truth, Shinichi visited Liangzi's home. Liangzi had successfully given birth to a human baby, considering herself now a mother. Dismissing this, Shinichi advised Liangzi to stop parasites from consuming humans. Their conversation was overheard by the reporter, who was now in excruciating pain. Later, the reporter infiltrated the city government and planted a bug for eavesdropping. He hoped to uncover a significant story, unaware that his presence had already been detected. Subsequently, the parasite leader ordered subordinates to hunt down the reporter and eliminate him, along with dealing with Shinichi. That night, the reporter went out to buy cigarettes, narrowly escaping danger. However, his daughter tragically lost her life as a consequence. Same time, Shinichi encountered a unique parasite, a fusion of 5 entities within one body. The head served as the commander. Shinichi and Coexist decided to eliminate the leader first by decapitating it. However, before destroying the heart, a bystander approached, forcing Shinichi to leave prematurely to avoid detection. The fused parasite then reorganized, with the right hand becoming the new commander, and the decapitated head transformed into the right hand. This transformation made it even more formidable, and Shinichi was sure to face a challenging opponent. The next day, Liangzi inquired about the events of the previous night, questioning why the leader acted without consulting her. The leader remained silent, secretly plotting to eliminate Liangzi and become the new ruler. Unaware of this, Liangzi had started to experience unique human emotions and even smiled in front of the child. This was something other parasites couldn't achieve, making Liangzi increasingly human-like and intensifying the leader's resentment. That night, 3 assassins approached Liangzi. However, their combat abilities were woefully inadequate, and Liangzi effortlessly defeated all 3 parasites with a single move. After dealing with the situation, she returned home only to find her child missing. The abductor was the reporter, who, carrying the child, arrived at a park intending to kill Liangzi with his own strength. Simultaneously, the police initiated a cleansing operation, claiming that criminals had infiltrated the government building. They systematically evacuated the personnel using an X-ray machine to accurately identify parasites. The cleansing began, with a small number of parasites realizing the danger and engaging in a final confrontation with humans inside the building. Meanwhile, Liangzi and Shinichi arrived at the park, where they encountered the reporter. His motive was straightforward. He wanted to kill Yang Zi's child as revenge against parasites. In Liang Zi's eyes, this human desire seemed illogical, and she took the opportunity to express her thoughts. Liang Zi had already shown vulnerability, no longer attempting to conquer humanity. She desired peaceful coexistence between her kind and humans. Shinichi was relieved, and he began to persuade the reporter to stop his actions. However, the reporter remained relentless, demanding that Liang Zi reveal her true form immediately, or he would kill the child. In this critical moment, Liang Zi extended her tentacles and killed the reporter, reclaiming her child. However, in doing so, she exposed her true identity. The police, witnessing the entire event, were on edge and ready to kill Yang Zi. In her final moments, Liang Zi used all her strength to protect the child and entrusted him to Shinichi for care. It was evident that Liang Zi had acquired a sense of maternal instinct from humanity. Unfortunately, the tolerance between different species was almost non-existent. Liang Zi still perished, sacrificing herself to protect the infant in her arms. At this point, parasites appeared more compassionate, while humans turned bloodthirsty and brutal, as stated by the parasite leader. Just as the words fell, the leader was killed by the police. What is puzzling is that the leader is not a parasite, he is just a regular human. The police don't care about this and proceed to handle the scene. Suddenly, the 5-1 parasite appears. The homeless man is terrified upon seeing him. The police quickly open fire, but the 5-1 parasite's strength is astonishing. He can use a shield to block bullets. In no time, all the special forces are wiped out. His ultimate target is Shinichi. In order to survive, Shinichi drives away, but the 5-1 parasite, riding a motorcycle, relentlessly pursues him. Even in a car accident, he quickly recovers. To kill him, Shinichi and Koizumi coordinate their efforts. They hide in the woods with Koizumi drawing the gunfire and Shinichi attempting to strike. However, in the actual battle, the roles are reversed, and Shinichi ends up being the one attacked. Koizumi tries to sever the head of the 5-1 parasite, but unfortunately he fails, and the 5-1 quickly heals. With no other options, Koizumi instructs Shinichi to run immediately. After all, it's better for one to die than both. In the end, Shinichi grits his teeth and leaves the woods. Without Koizumi, the 5-1 parasite can no longer trace his whereabouts. Wandering around, Shinichi arrives at an abandoned nuclear reactor. He calls Migai for help. Upon Migai's arrival, they engage the 5-1 parasite in combat. The battle is intense, and Shinichi struggles to defend himself. In a daring move, he grabs an iron rod and, taking advantage of the parasite's distraction, thrusts it into him. An ordinary iron object wouldn't be enough to kill the 5-1 parasite, but this particular iron rod contains endless radiation. Additionally, Koizumi intervenes by disrupting the parasite's nervous system, taking the chance to return to Shinichi's body. The fight intensifies as the 5-corn parasite's body loses control. The previous exposure to radiation puts the host on the brink of death. The other 4 parasites want to escape the host, but the head continues to fight. Amidst the conflict, the 5-1 parasite's body disintegrates, but its heart continues to beat. The head keeps calling for the other 4 companions, intending to revive them. Shinichi initially considers letting him go, but after taking a few steps, he changes his mind and turns back. In the end, Shinichi throws the 5-1 parasite into the lava, bringing a definitive end to his life. This